But the WNBA All-Star Game ratings have come out, and all I could think of right off the bat was 4 little letters. F-A-F-O. F around and find out. You bleep around and find out what this league looks like without Caitlin Clark being involved in your biggest events.
They said the WNBA playoffs would be fine without Caitlin Clark. Sure, just like a ship stays fine after hitting an iceberg. The moment she was gone, viewership didn't just slide, it plunged. Fans vanished quicker than free snacks at a college party, and now the league's left wondering where the spark went. If this is fine, I'd hate to see trouble.
New York Liberty is playing the best style of basketball. They are playing the best basketball currently in the WNBA. And when they just had a nationally televised game on ESPN against the Chicago Sky, against Angel Reese, who was one of the biggest names in the WNBA, they had around 600,000 viewers, which is so low. You cannot make fans watch what they don't want to watch. But all we heard last year is if the fans were only watching the Indiana Fever, only watching games Caitlin Clark was playing in, then they weren't real fans and they didn't like basketball. And you just had so much media and WNBA personalities and even players just shunning the new fans.
Right now, the WNBA feels like it's stuck in demo mode, and nobody's found the reset button. These are supposed to be primetime, high-stakes playoff games, yet they've got the energy of slow-drying paint under dim lights. The reason? The league's star power has all but vanished in recent weeks.
Fever Sky tickets dropped 71% on TickPick after Caitlin Clark injury. The get-in price for the Chicago Sky versus Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever game was $86. After Caitlin Clark's injury announcement is now down to $25. And you Angel Reese fangirls will still believe and think that Angel Reese is the reason why people are watching the WNBA. Since y'all want to make it about race, this white girl over here is the reason why fans are tuning in to watch the WNBA.
First, Caitlin Clark, the headline maker, the golden ticket, the reason many tuned in at all, is out. Not just benched for a rough night, but sidelined with an injury for the playoffs. She was the one who could turn a game into an event, and when she left, so did most of the audience. Nearly the same drop you'd see if a movie's projector suddenly went dark.
So check this out. The game on June 7th, the tickets were originally $86. Same seats, now $25. After her injury announcement, 71% drop in price. Over 71% drop in price. Because she's not going to be in the game.
Check this out. June 7th's game had tickets going for $86. After news of her injury, those same seats dropped to $25. That's a 71% price plunge, all because she won't be on the court.
You see, this is exactly what we were talking about. WNBA All-Star ratings are in for 2025, and it is down 40%. 40% from last year. That's bad. That is really bad. We already watched the ticket prices drop by more than 50% because Caitlin Clark was not playing. This is bad news for the WNBA.
Then Angel Reese, the spark plug on the court and a social media magnet, was out too. Another injury, another star gone. It's as if the league's biggest names decided to see how dull things could get if they all stepped away at once.
So if you consult the graph that I've just posted here, you'll see that nobody is watching the WNBA. That's the reason why the WNBA isn't making... Oh, sorry, I missed a few of them. So this is the reason why the WNBA isn't making any money, and they're not getting paid. It gets worse.
As if the basketball gods were running a roast, Sydney Colson, gone. Aari McDonald, gone. And topping it off, Lexi Hull just went down too. This one wasn't just bad luck, it came from questionable officiating. Lately, the refs have been so shaky that in any other job, HR would have shown them the door. Hull's injury felt like the sports version of a waiter spilling soup in your lap, then charging you for another bowl.
Given Clark's unprecedented star power, her being confined to the Fever's Gamebridge Fieldhouse sidelines was always going to impact ratings, and she was actually there. It was her team. And the fans sent a clear message.
The injuries aren't just bad, they are devastating. Lately, Games feel less about who wins and more about who makes it through without a blown knee. And the replacements? They are barely moving the needle. You could air them beside a live shot of grass growing, and it'd be a tight ratings race. Viewership hasn't just dipped, it's vanished. Empty seats, quiet arenas, and the hollow echo of the ball tell the story. It's like trying to sell front-row tickets to a concert after firing the headliner and putting the sound guy on stage to hum.
The person who really should get all the blame is Kathy Engelberg. Yes, this is Kathy Engelberg's doing. You know why? Because she has incompetent referee.
The officiating this season? A mess. Some calls feel like the refs skimmed the rules on Wikipedia minutes before tip-off. Half the whistles leave everyone confused, including them, while dangerous plays get ignored. Then people act surprised when players end up hurt. At this rate, the league might as well track ref-induced injuries in the box score. The bigger problem? Without its stars, the WNBA's main selling point is watching backups hustle while everyone hopes no one else goes down. That's not enough. This isn't just bad luck, it's structural. The league has leaned so heavily on Clark, Reese, and a few others for ratings that when they vanished, the whole thing folded like a tent without poles.
So lads, the All-Star ratings were confirmed, and I have to say, not ideal. Not ideal for the WNBA, and I'll take a look. So, the WNBA All-Star Game had 2.19 million viewers. Like, we can't forget last year peaked at over 4 million. This, in fact, is less viewership than an average Caitlin Clark game.
What's left now are games that feel like preseason scrimmages stretched onto national TV. Fans expect fireworks and get sparklers in a windstorm. The WNBA right now is like visiting Disneyland only to find Space Mountain closed, Mickey out sick, and the churros stand out of sugar. It's rough, and not just in the short term. If the league can't keep fans engaged without leaning on the same three names, it's in trouble. Injuries happen, but in the NBA, storylines, rivalries, and stars keep things alive. Without that depth, the WNBA risks smaller crowds, fewer broadcasts, and endless remember when Caitlin Clark played nostalgia reels, and no hashtag is fixing that.
This should be a straight up wake up call. With the ticket prices dropping, and now you see the show, the ratings fell tremendously. And it was an awful game. So that large percent of people who did not watch, they probably had a better Saturday than everybody else. We just got to be real.